Dear students, welcome back to another question practice series. And today again we are going to start a question from ACCA Study Hub. And today I am going to start a question from internal auditing and reporting area along with the organizational control area. So this type of question is bit more relating to the knowledge area, and in the main question, you can expect a part up to 8 to 10 marks, which constitute the knowledge area and that involves direct application of concept. So you must be familiar with all types of questions. That's why I have picked this question in today's class. So the question name is Blup Company. So let's start with the task requirement first, and after that, I will be reading the case study. So I hope till now you all have finished your theoretical portion relating to this specific area. If you have not finished the practice or the theoretical portion of this specific area, make sure to finish that area and after that, watch this recording. So the question name is Web Company. Task requirement is discuss the importance of internal audit in a highly regularized industry such as water industry that Blup operates in. So they just want little bit linkage with the given industry, and but the main important fact they want to understand is the importance of internal audit in a highly regularized industry. So with that, I get to know that the company which we are talking about, Club Company, is in a highly regularized environment. So we knew that external audit is something which is compulsory, but internal audit is not compulsory in all type of organization. But in case of highly regularized industry, there is requirement to have internal auditor along with external auditor. Now, why that is required and what is the importance of having internal auditor in those specific industry, we have to discuss that thing. So professional marks are available for commercial acumen, skills in demonstrating the awareness of importance of internal audit in a highly regularized industry. So next is critically discuss the way in which Plug Company Audit Committee has failed to meet the best practice. So another requirement is we have to critically discuss why the audit committee has has failed to meet the best practice. So for that purpose, you need to understand and you need to have knowledge about audit committee and what are the requirements of having the audit committee and what preconditions audit committee members need to fulfill. For that purpose, we need to demonstrate the skepticism skills. That means we have to challenge the information which is provided to us in the given question. Now, the task requirement 3 is about discuss how effective internal control can provide assurance on the integrity of the financial reporting. So, for that purpose, you need to understand the information about the internal control and how uh, the roles of internal control in regulatory and financial reporting environment. So you need to understand this area before attempting this specific question. So now let's read the case study. When Blup Company, a listed company in water supply, so the company is a listed company and it's in a water supply environment, decided to establish an internal audit function in line with new listing rules. The board approaches KH, an external consultant. She explained that internal audit is especially important in a highly regulated industry, but it could also offer benefits to the company regardless of the industry context. Okay, we knew that it is important, and we have discussed that having an internal audit is having immense benefit. But although if it is not compulsory, we need to understand the cost benefit analysis before applying that in our area in our company. So was particularly keen to talk to Jay, the head of audit committee. John explained that because Blup Company was water supply company and was thus highly regulated. He considered it important that all of the members of the audit committee were professional water engineers so that they fully understood the industry and its technical challenges. So I think you guys might have understood what is missing in this particular line. All three members of the audit committee were non-executive director and were recently retired member of the Blup Company executive board. Wow. So now the points which I am highlighting have something very important, and you need to understand what is important. And if you guys have go through the study area, then you must be aware what points I am talking about. When Kay asked about the relationship between external auditors, Jay said that they had an excellent relationship, saying that this was because external audit practice was run by the chairman's son-in-law. So again, the important point is here. Now, Kay said that one of essential function of internal audit is to provide assurance that internal control which underpin the financial reporting are effective. She said that effective internal control are necessary for maintaining the integrity of financial reporting, that the new internal audit function could help with that. So again, they have said that another important function which is about the internal audit, and that will provide us guidance about the internal control and how financial reporting is working, how effective it is, and why internal control is necessary, because that will improve the integrity of financial reporting, and the internal audit function will help in that area. So this particular information is gonna to help you to attempt part C area. Now let's discuss the task requirement. Discuss the importance of internal audit in a highly regularized industry such as water industry that Blup is operating. So see, although it is helpful in all the industry, but especially in our case, our industry is highly regulated industry. So for that purpose, having an internal auditor will help the external auditor also, because if something we find that is important and that is missed by external auditor, that could affect. So internal audit is, although it's important in a highly regularized industry, but we need to understand that there is a compliance with the regulatory requirement. We need to know that the organization has to provide the confirmation and information to the regulators of the regulatory compliance in case of highly regularized industry. So apart from that, we need that requires implementation of sound system of collecting information. We need to produce reports so that we can provide them information about the compliance, and board need to ensure that the compliance has been made, especially in these type of companies. So that's why it is important that auditor is important, and for that purpose we need formal internal function, so that to have a check on everything. So this is the main requirement in case of highly regularized industry, just like Blup is operating in, and you can use your own wording. I just discussed the important area. Now, critically discuss the way in which Blup Company's audit committee has failed to meet the best practice. So, see, from the given question, we can see that uh, that we have seen that they have the relationship as son-in-law. The members were uh, earlier not earlier as an executive director. Now they are the retired non-executive director. And the most important thing that okay, they are having the professional experience in the water engineering industry, but at least we need minimum one member having financial expertise. So this is the main requirement of having the audit committee. So these requirements are not met in the given case. Now, next is how discuss how the effective internal control can provide assurance on the integrity of the financial reporting. So we knew that with the financial reporting, we get to know about the information about the performance of the company, and shareholders rely on the information which is provided in the financial statement so that they can make decisions about their investments. So we knew that according to corporate governance code, we need reporting, we need effective control on financial reporting. And if we have internal audit function, and that internal audit function is established in such a way that we are reviewing on an ongoing basis with respect to compliance reporting these areas, then there is less risk as compared to without having any internal audit functions. So that will give us more systematic information, more reliable, accurate information, and we can with the help of that, the reporting will be in a more structured way. So although we need that, we will get to know about which person is responsible for which what area, and there will be proper structured system, and we will be in a position to find the loops in the chain. So, if I sum up, having the effective internal control relating to regulatory reporting, how that could affect us, how that could help us, that will guide us by a formal allocation of responsibility to specific person and specific department. We get to know who is responsible for what area, and internal audit will help us to review the entire process and key controls. And then we if we have a formal review and approval process before the information is published and reporting, so that would reduce the chances of error and mistakes. And we get to know the controls, and we can detect them, we can highlight them, and if there is any non compliance, then we can check with respect to that area. And controls to generate correct, accurate, complete, reliable information on a timely basis. We will get the idea with respect to that specific area. So, these things will help us in a more structurized, in a more formalized way of reporting. So let me show you the main answer. See, the length of the answer doesn't matter. Uh, this specific type of question I would like to read, because this specific question relates to the knowledge area and how knowledge area is linked to the question case study. So that's why I would read this, and uh, then I'll let you know how to link question with the knowledge which you have learned during the session. So internal audit, first of all, you can start with the definition if you want to, because that would create a good impression. But if you have limited time period, then you can ignore this specific way, and you can start with the main question or question requirement. But this is more suggested and presentable way. So, internal audit is an independent appraisal function established by an organization to examine and evaluate its activities as a service to the organization. Objective of internal audit is to assist those charged with governance and management of organization in the effective discharge of their responsibilities. To this end, internal audit furnish themselves with analyze, appraisal, recommendation, advice, and information concerning the activities review. The main function of concern to internal audit are review of internal control, risk management, compliance, and value for money. Now you will get to know the function which internal auditor is focusing on is relating to the internal activities. They are on a routine purpose activities, but they are essential for the daily purpose and ongoing operations of organization. So internal audit in regulated industries, and our questions start with this specific area. Internal audit is generally considered to be more important in a highly regularized industry such as utilities, pharmaceuticals, because there is a need not only to deliver internal service to aid organization efficiency, but also to ensure the compliance with externally imposed requirements. They may involve a range of technical product compliance issue, product safety issue, hygienic issue, product facility issues, or other similar regulations. There may be legal in nature or may be enforced by any industry regulators at arm length from the government. So the way in the way like they have explained why it is required, because they have got the example of pharmaceutical industry. So you can take example for any other industry or the same industry, just to link that and just to create an impression in the eyes of examiner that you know the information why that particular thing is important, because there are some other persons which are concerned relating to the activities. These are the external parties of the organization, and that involves the health and safety requirements of the general public. So where the requirement is imposed by external regulation, the company must usually provide the compliance information to the external regulators. This involves establishment of system of collecting, analyzing this data, and also producing the report to demonstrate the level of compliance. And this particular fact we also have discussed, because compliance may not always report good news. It is important that auditor is independent of those being audited, and for this reason a formal internal audit function is usually more necessary in such circumstances. So see, it's not necessary that we are doing everything in a correct order. Maybe there are certain factors which we have not considered, or there may be the some issue in our reporting, or maybe we are not reporting in a correct order, in a correct manner. So for that purpose we need a person who can report directly and who can report in a true and fair manner, that whatever activities, whether it could be right, it could be wrong, is being incurred in any organization, that person is reporting in a true and in a formalized manner. So in regulatory industry, the assurance compliance is a strategic asset and in some but more important than merely a desirable outcome. Compliance failure may mean that the company loses its license to operate, or it may be subject to punitive fines. So basically, if in this kind of industry, if there is some requirement and the people of organization are not following the requirement and they are not complying with the requirements, mandatory requirements, they may have to face the imprisonment or fine depending upon the violation. So that could create disruption in our normal business practice. Next is about criticism of audit committee. Now again, the I will be just reading out the important points which already I have discussed. So the committee is not sufficiently independent of the executive board, with its entire membership being retired executive. Some judicial plays a time limit before formal executive member can take up the non-executive directors. So there is again lack of independence. So that's why there is no objectivity, which we have already discussed. So, because of audit committee required to be monitor and review the company accounts and internal control, it is often required that at least one member has a recent relevant financial expertise. So, in Blup Company, all the three members are water engineers. Again, this point we have discussed. Audit committee has allowed possible encouraged the appointment and retention of an external auditor who appeared to be lack independent. The fact that the head of the external audit practice was a member of the chairman extended family could give an appearance of lack of independence. Again, this point I have highlighted. So again, this was all about part B, and now in part C, effective internal control in assuring the integrity of financial reporting. So, integrity of financial reporting is an essential underpinning of sound corporate governance. Shareholders and other rely on this information for their own decision making and into influencing their perception of the value of the company. So again, this point we have discussed that why reporting is important, and why it is important that financial reporting information should be correct, because shareholders are relying and they are investing considering the information is correct. So in some jurisdictions, the internal control over reporting are made compulsory through such instruments such as financial reporting standards will be covering in the so so this was all about the area from the audit committee and internal control. You can take the example which I have covered in the main notes in the class session. So you can cover from that also. That was, I guess, organizational control and reporting area. These all these topics can be covered from that area. And so make sure that whenever you are watching the video of any topic, then after that read particular question from that area which is from available from that could be available from study hub, our question bank, and then just 7 to 8 question from topic areas, and then after that switch to the long question which are the main examination type question. So guys, that was all about today's session. See you in the next session. Thank you.